Now, pass optimal and GPP winning lineups, we start here in 2017 at, it's always at Colonial. I forget what the tournament was called in 2017. It could have been Charles Schwab. It doesn't matter. Your optimal lineup, $49,600. That consisted of a golfer, John Rahm, $11,800, $9,700 Kevin Kisner, $7,500 Sean O'Hare, $6,900 Danny Lee, $7,000 Scott Piercy, and $6,700 Stuart Sink. So the very first year we look at, we've got two 6Ks. So keep that in mind. Now, I always advocate for a start in the one golfer in the 10K range, one golfer in the 9K range. By the way, 10K is 10K and above. So Scotty Scheffler this week being at 11,500, that would apply. So 10K, 9K, 8K, 2 7s, and then a 6. That's going to round up your 6-man lineup. That's how I think you should always start your lineups when it comes to building GPPs. And again, I'm trying to hit the optimal lineup. So if you want to hit the optimal lineup with me, I think that's where we start. In 2017, it required 2 6Ks. So how I look at it is you basically have 2 substitutions you can make from that 10-9-8, 7-7-6 approach. So we already have our 10K, so we're not making a substitution there. We already have our 9K, we're not making a substitution there. We do not have an 8K. So let's just pretend Sean O'Hare is actually our 8K that we sub down to a 7, so that means we'd have 3 7s. But, well, first of all, so we would have 3 7s. We have 1 here with Sean O'Hare. We have 2 here with Scott Piercy. One of those 7s we can also, let's just say that 8 we can come down twice to a 6K. Let's put it that way. I know that was confusing, but let's just say we subbed an 8K down to a 7 and then down to a 6. That's what we have this week. And that technically is 2 substitutions. Or you could look at it as you sub 1 7 down to another 6 to have 2 6s, and then we sub our 8 down to a 7 to get back to our 2 7s. Which I know is confusing, but either way, it still kind of follows, or it still follows the 10-9-8, 7-7-6 with 2 substitutions. Going to 2018, and by the way, when I say that, it's only to add structure to your lineup building process. It's a rule that I created because that's just what I see 90% of the time, over 90% of the time, is it still follows that. You know, what you're not going to see is 4 8Ks in a lineup because you wouldn't be able to make those 2 substitutions to get there, to get 4 8Ks there. Sometimes you will see 4 7Ks, but you can make 2 substitutions to get to 4 7Ks. You also won't see 4 9Ks because you can't make 2 substitutions to get to 4 9Ks. Has it happened before where there's 4 9Ks? No. Has it happened before where there are 4 8Ks? Yes. One time. One time from 2017 all the way to the present day. One time has it happened. So, and that's a GPP winner, by the way. That isn't an optimal lineup. I don't think an optimal lineup has ever been an 8-8-8-8 start. I do have a spreadsheet on this just for one season. I don't think that was ever a build. So anyway, that's why I say 2 substitutions, because I don't want you to ever try to build a lineup that starts with 4 8Ks or 4 9Ks. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Anyways, moving on to the 2018. I just wanted to add that in there because I feel like I kind of leave that out every single video. Why it's important to start there and why it's important to just have 2 substitutions. In 2018, your optimal lineup left $300 on the table. I forgot to mention, you know, we only left $400 on the table in 2017. We're only leaving $300 on the table in 2018. Again, optimal lineups, by the way. So we have Justin Rose at 10-6, Brooks Koepka at 9-2, Emiliano Grillo at 86, 10-9-8. There we go. We got that start. And oh, by the way, 7-7-6. Easy peasy. Like it's a cheat code to some extent. Start 10-9-8, 7-7-6. And you can kind of see there's no way you're really building another lineup. Maybe Emiliano Grillo, Louis Oosthuizen. Now we're leaving $500 on the table. You could certainly go there. That's a substitution you probably could have made. Or, you know, sub out Louis or sub from Grillo down to Louis and then Tway up to Na. Now we only leave $100 on the table. But guess what? It still starts 10-9-8, 7-7-6. no matter what. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. So moving on to the next year, 2019. Our optimal lineup this time left $3,000 on the table. Now that's impossible. We don't like doing that. But if you wanted to know what that optimal lineup started with, it was a $9,600 Tony Finau. I'm just grabbing the most expensive guy and going down. Rory Sabatini at $8,800. Isn't that wild? Sabatini was once $8,800. I bet you he was 9K at one point in time as well. Just wild still. So 9K, 8K. We also had another 8K with Kevin Na. So really, if you think about it, well, hold on, let me finish. 7, 6, 6. So I think we're making more than two substitutions there, because I was just about to say, well, hey, hold on. We're actually subbing a 10 down to an 8, because we have our 9K and we have one other 8K. But in my opinion, that's technically making two substitutions, where you'd be dropping 10 down to a 9 down to an 8. That's 2. But now we have two 6Ks once again. So that's like 3 substitutions. And that's your optimal lineup, by the way. I created and left $3,000 on the table. That's impossible to do. I created a more realistic optimal. So that starts with Jordan Spieth at 10, Tony Finau at 9, 8K Kevin Na, 7K CT Pan, 7K Russell Knox, and $6,800 Andrew Putnam. So that's the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. All 6 of your golfers inside the top 10. That thing is going to take down a GPP. So we're still following the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 method. In 2020, this is the first event back from COVID, by the way. So you see all these fun colors here. That doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to add those in there because these were the last events prior to COVID. Crazy enough, right? But your optimal lineup that year, which was, I think we had a lot of good golfers in the field, left $600 on the table. And doesn't look like it started with a 10K. Started with Morikawa in the 9K range, Rose in the 9K range, and Patrick Reed in the 9K range. Almost had to eat my words there, right? When I said there've never been 4 9Ks. Well, sure, we've had 3 9Ks in the optimal lineup. And then we have a 7, a 7, a 7. So 3 9s and 3 7s. It's pretty balanced. It's like your balanced stars and scrubs. You know, where stars and scrubs might go 10, 10, 9, 6, 6, 6. This is just a 9, 9, 9, 6, or 7, 7, 7. Now, your Millie Maker lineup, by the way, used 3 9Ks as well. A 7, an 8, and a 7. That's crazy. What else do I have highlighted? I have a sum of $50,002. Where's the 2 coming from? Wonder where that came from. Doesn't matter. There we go, 50,000. Yeah, so used up all $50,000, leaving no money on the table. 3 9s, an 8, and 2 7s. Now, again, 3 9s hard to get to. Let me see. Can I build a 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 with all golfers inside? Oh, I don't see a single 6 inside the top 10. We go 10, 9, and 7. I can grab an 8 in Woodland, maybe a $7,200 Kokrak. I do have enough to do some sort of 6K, but I could also just do another 7. Oh, I cannot. This is $100 over. So JT Poston in 10th place, 49,900. So you could go 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7. That's following the 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6 approach, making one substitution from a 6 up to a 7. So it's possible. And also we had some 6K golfers down here that we could have just plugged in there. Either way, many different ways to build your optimal or your GPP winning lineup. In 2021, we left $700 on the table for your optimal lineup. That did start with a 10K golfer, 11,200 to be exact, with Jordan Spieth. We also had a 9K golfer in Jason Kokrak. No 8K golfer looks like, but we had 4 7s. I told you could do 4 7s. But that still is subbing an 8 down to a 7 and subbing a 6 up to a 7. That's how you can get 4 7s by making 2 substitutions. So that works out. That still follows the process I'm talking about. Now, your GPP winning lineup left $600 on the table, had those 3 that we talked about at the top, as well as 3 other 7s. So it was 4 7s in that one, a 10K and a 9K. I think that's very much on the table this week as well. You know, we could use Scotty Scheffler, who is the top price guy at 11,500. and go from there. And let's talk about that after I get through the next year. So 2022, our optimal also didn't leave a lot of money on the table, $100 to be exact. And it started with an 11K golfer. We've seen a lot of 11K golfers show up already. He finished second. First place guy was Sam Burns, $9,700. We actually had an $8,000 golfer in Davis Riley. Then we had two 7K golfers, Cam Davis and Brendan Todd, and a $6,400 Scott Stallings. That left $100 on the table. That was your optimal lineup. Scored 550. Our GPP scored 499. So 50 points behind. Now, that one started with Jordan Spieth, just a different 10K golfer. Had Sam Burns, $8,400 Davis Riley, $7,000 Brendan Todd, $7,800 Harold Varner III, and $6,500 Sahith Theegala. You can see Sahith's way down there in 57th place. So the GPP winning lineup, not super sharp last year. Lots of wiggle room that you could have, built a lineup that would have taken down a GPP. And again, the GPP, I should say, the difference between the optimal and the GPP was 50 points. You didn't have to leave a lot of money on the table to hit the optimal or to build the GPP winning lineup. So keep all that in mind. I think it was 1 year, right, where there's $3,000 left on the table. Otherwise, we didn't really see anything more than $600 or $700 left on the table. So with all that being said, when we look at the salaries for this year, we've got Scotty Scheffler at $11,500. We've already seen it plenty of times. What was it, 2017? We saw $11,800 Rahm. Okay, he wasn't the most expensive. I think Jordan Spieth was at $12,000, but still, when it came to building lineups, it was, you wanted Rahm at $11,800, but then you could put a $9,700 golfer in your lineup. So you could go expensive and still leave $400 on the table. Again, that was your optimal. That would have taken down a GPP. Easy. As we go through all the other years, we have another $11,000 golfer here with Rahm once again. Now, I think the trend we're going to see is it's Rahm and Spieth, who are your expensive guys up at the top. Jordan Spieth at $10,900. Yep, there's Spieth once again. Hey, Finau, by the way, $9,600. 2020, again coming back from COVID. There we go. Our boy Bryson DeChambeau is up there. So is Justin Thomas. I bet you we had an $11,000 golfer. Yeah, so Rory was in the field. He made the cut, by the way. Wouldn't have gotten you a GPP win, but makes you feel comfortable. He made the cut. Rahm actually missed the cut at $11,000. So there is obviously still risk in rostering anybody from any salary range. But then we get in 2021 and it's Spieth at $11,200. See, we have Morikawa here at $10,500. Was Scotty Scheffler in this field by chance? I want to say he had to have been, right? Berger was 10. Justin Thomas was 11,000. Oh God, Scheffler had to have been in this field. Had to have been. He missed the cut at $9,500. Wasn't the most expensive. Probably wasn't, he wasn't at his game at this time. But 2022 is where he had his good year. Okay. So rookie, I think, on 2021. 2022, there we go. Scheffler up at top. He had his Masters win. He had his match play win. $11,200. Finished second. So the moral of the story is don't be afraid of playing an 11K golfer. Don't be afraid of playing a 10K golfer named Jordan Spieth. By the way, Jordan Spieth, not even a 10K golfer. Like, you could probably start Scheffler and Spieth. What was that? 2017, we had an 11.8 and a 97. Let's see if we find any similarities here. Now, Rahm hadn't played. Course history last year wasn't good. Didn't play the week before, so not really. But our $9,700 golfer had a top 10 the year before. Hey, by the way, Spieth was up here, had won the year before, so he had a top 5 finish, being 11,000 and above. Let's use that. So this will be our Scotty Scheffler for this year. Now let's see. I believe this is exactly where Spieth is going to be, right? Has to be. Same stat profile. Pretty damn close. Top 10, recent form coming into the event. 30th is his average finishing position. Kevin Kisner is as recent form average was 39.4, 10th place finish, course history 33.3. I think Spieth is way better than that, right? Yeah, 8.5. So if you wanted to start Scheffler and Spieth, be my guest. That seems like a good starting lineup. I know I will be at least playing one lineup with Scheffler and Spieth in it. That seems pretty smart. So I don't know. There's a lot of good golfers here in the 10K range and above. I don't mind playing any of these guys when it comes to the 9K range. I also don't mind playing most of these guys. Probably just going to stay away from Chris Kirk. That's a pretty expensive price tag. But I guess when we look at everyone below Chris Kirk, if we're going to compare a 1-for-1, like if we're doing a 1v1, I should say, are we feeling more confident than Kirk or Henley, McCarthy, maybe Cam Davis? Like I like Cam Davis this week, but it's a $500 price dip, which is good. I mean, that's going to make Cam Davis a little bit more appealing. But some of these other guys doing a 1v1 versus Kirk, it's a toss-up. It would be a coin flip, in my opinion. So, I don't know. When it comes to price tags, I think it's fine. It's hard to stomach. Let's just be real. That's hard to stomach that price. These guys up here, no problem. No problem with that. Even Siwoo Kim at $9,000. Kind of like that. It's a good price tag for Siwoo. Yes. I think that's all I'll cover for the pass optimal GPP winning lineups. I will also cover salaries when it comes to the bucket system. So we'll leave this segment of the video alone and move on to the next one.